I'm Ryan Newman, and since I started with Indiana Donor Network and Driven to Save Lives, I found out that some people think that they can't be an organ donor. The truth is, anyone can sign up to be an organ donor.
Anyone?
Anyone?
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm sure. Anyone can sign up to be an organ donor. So don't count yourself out because somebody's counting on you. Go to driventosavelives.org and sign up today.
But my heart's going to you, Ryan.
Love that shirt.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. Another afternoon of Spec Corvette Series racing action coming to you from WeatherTech Raceway, Laguna, Seca. Oh, baby, we got a show yesterday. It's the Whistle Pig Whiskey Showdown presented by Whistle Pig Rye Whiskey. My name is Chris Graham. Hopefully, I'm going to have James Watson joining me here in the booth in just a moment. And we've got John Wynn out here trackside. Let's see. Yeah, there we go. We got a good look at John Wynn. Let's pull the graphics down here, and there you go. The Grid Girls out here giving the wave to everybody. Good afternoon, ladies. Hopefully you enjoyed the show yesterday, because today I think is going to be pretty darn good. One piece of news that we need to update you on, there was contact during the race, very late in the race yesterday, between AP Miranda and one of the cars in the Spec Miata class. SCCA race officials, not Spec Corvette Series officials, but race director at the racetrack decided that was a racing incident, judging by a variety of factors, including potentially a bit of inexperience on the part of the driver of the Miata. So it was deemed a racing incident. No further action was taken. We got a good look here at the number 73 up here on the front row. You will see that car as your pole sitter. That is Mark LaCourte, setting a new track record heading into today. And John, will come to you down here on the grid. Three bright yellow Corvettes up front. Mark LaCourte was very fast yesterday, but he didn't finish there after some early contact and an off track.
Back up, but it just wasn't enough time. And that's where AP led the race with Tim Mosier behind him and Josh Carroll taking third place here. So this morning, Mark goes out and says he's going to do his best to retake his title as the lap record for Laguna Seca after Tim Mosier yesterday setting it at a 136.8. And that was a really super fast lap. Mark went down this morning and reset it at a 136.2. So that is just unbelievably fast, and he's super stoked about that. But he's going to have to do a little bit more than that, just drive fast for this race. But he's got AP Miranda right behind him, and Tim Mosier, pro driver, and then we have Ole Thordarson right behind him. A ton of experience with these guys, and just lots of racing experience. Tim Moser's been racing for years, and then we got Ole Thordarson, the same, racing for several years. Many titles, and Josh Carroll.
And John, real quick here, how about the side look at Ole Thordarson's race car? This is one of the best looking Spec Corvettes you will see.
There you go.
A little Chris Hemsworth there, maybe a little Thor, a little bit of everything here. But yeah, this is going to be really a great race. 13 cars on the grid. The top 4 are separated by less than a second. It's 2 seconds back to 7th place. There really are potentially 7 cars that could have a shot at this, because their passing opportunities are limited. You catch lap traffic so fast. And we saw it yesterday, John. These guys have to push incredibly hard just to get around the lap traffic, and it can cause some issues.
Absolutely. Yeah, there's a ton going on. These guys are some of the most competitive guys on the track in Spec Corvette, and we've got the fastest guys out here this weekend going for it all, man. So I'm super excited. Yesterday's race was just unbelievable to watch, and I can tell you, if it's half as exciting, you're in for a show today. So we got the 5-minute whistle blowing right now. The girls are excited for that. All right, so we're going to get set here in the front as Mark LaCourte leads the pack. Coming on out, and gonna have a good time. 136 is deep in the 136. He's almost 135, which if you look at the lap times for this track, you know, a stock 380 horsepower car doing a 135, 136 on 200 treadwear street tire, Nankang Motorsport tire, right there, NS2Rs, fully treaded tires. These aren't even new tires. He's running used tires right now, and he's on pole. That just tells you that the skill that Mark LaCourte's putting into the driving, that, you know, we're running a used, it's probably got 3 cycles on him already, and he's running them for the race. So no fresh tires for him, but he's going to put it down anyway. He's got AP Miranda. I believe he's on fresh tires, or pretty fresh tires. They look pretty fresh to me. And Tim Mosier right behind him. So we have Ole Thordarson there. I'm not quite sure how good his tires are, but he really does well with managing his tire management. They last quite a long time. So if you watch him with his in-car, it's just a relaxing, smooth ride with driving with Ole. It's nothing like driving with me, which is hectic and crazy the whole time and slower than these guys. So just goes to be said, smooth is fast, right?
Yes, it is, and it looks like we are about ready to get cars out onto the racetrack here. We hear some of the Miatas and all starting to fire off. The Spec Corvettes will be firing off here in just a moment as well. So let's get the sponsor bug up here in the corner so we can say thank you to all the fine folks that make these broadcasts possible, including G-Stream, Improved Racing, Penske Racing Shocks, Sparco, TPS Motorsports, Track Spec Motorsports, Turn 1 Steering, Willwood Brakes, the presenting sponsor of today's race, the Whistle Pig Whiskey Showdown, and the presenting sponsor of the Spec Corvette Series, Nankang Motorsport Tires. Thank you all for your support. So let's flip on over here. We will go on board with AP Miranda, who will be leading this race from the front of the grid. Make sure we got all the camera noises, all the car noises turned up for you here as well, because you are not going to want to miss these as we're swapping around on the onboards. But first, we have to take a look at the starting grid for today's race. And starting on the pole with a new track record time of 1 minute 36.251 seconds, it is Mark LaCourte. And starting on the outside of the front row, your race winner from yesterday, only about 3.5 tenths back at a 136.623. It is AP Miranda. Row number 2 will have Tim Mosier in the number 170. At least that's how it's going to appear on your timing and scoring screens anyway. 136.822. And on the outside, Danville, California's Ole Thordarson in the 122. Josh Carroll out of Danville, California, lining up inside of row number 3. 137.484, the lap time for Carroll. And on the outside, David Holmes, 37.704. Both of those cars right about 1 second, about a second and a half back of your pole sitter. Donnie York out of San Fernando, California, lining up inside of row number 4. And on the outside, San Luis Obispo, California's Greg Nestor in the 132. Kevin Jones out of Fairfield, California, going to line up on the inside of row number 5. And on the outside will be Carlsbad, California's Evan Gold in the 137. Robert Carroll in the 147, lining up inside of row number 6 as the cars are going to start to roll off the grid. We'll go back to John Winslow here. Mike Sutton lining up on the outside of the 6th row today. The grid girls waving the field off onto the racing surface, and all alone on the final row of the grid will be the number 95 of Jeff Herbert. 13 cars will make up the starting grid for today's race, and this one should be pretty darn spectacular. Let's head on over now and go on board with AP Miranda, because let's see, there we go. Well, we're going to turn all the car noises up here a little bit so you can hear a little bit of the roar as the field is down stationary on the front straightaway just before, basically right under that Mission Foods bridge. That is technically turn 1 of this racetrack. It's barely a kink, let alone a turn. But you deal with what you got to deal with here when in terms of corner numbers. Corner numbering is actually done, it's mandated by the FIA. Basically, everywhere you have a marshal post, that's a corner, basically, is the easiest way to explain it. So you're going to have a marshal post there because you have a blind crest. As you head down towards turn 2, that is the Andretti hairpin. Easily, you can go too wide through that corner. Not so easy to be too wide exiting that corner. Turn 3 kicks you back up. It's a right-hand corner that's going to run you down. Well, I guess 2-3 is the Andretti hairpin. Turn 4 is a right-hander. Runs you down towards turn number 5. Only the bravest of drivers are going to take that corner with a ton of speed. As we'll pick, let's see, we'll go on board here with Tim Mosier. He will be inside of row number 2. You'll see the front row heading down here. So this is down into the Andretti hairpin at turn 2 and turn 3. And you can see it's a very wide corner. But that doesn't mean that you can necessarily use all that racing room because it gets very narrow on corner exit. Now up to turn 4, you basically have to be single file through this corner. Very easy to run wide and get yourself in trouble before you reach the Continental Tire Bridge. And then it's going to be a right-hand turn at turn number 4. Field making the way now again through turn 5, a little bit of a kink, and you're going to make your way to turn number 6 as we'll go back on board with AP Miranda. This is basically a 180-degree U-turn you're going to make and start running up the hill. Huge power and torque needed to pull these cars up the hill. Big dip in through turn number 7. You see the cars almost bottoming out on the racing surface, let alone hitting the curb. And then you're going to get a look at one of the coolest corners in motorsports. Up the top of the hill, crest the hill, have the car darn near at a stop, and make a hard left-hand turn, and look down. 8 stories is how much space you're going to lose as we'll go on board here with Tim Moser. Down into Wayne Rainey corner. This is going to be a very quick left-hander. Again, another easy corner to get caught out on, but not a lot of room to go down here to turn number 10. Very fast, kind of a little bit of a sweeping right-hand corner, and then a short blast down to turn number 11. 90-degree left-hand corner that'll put you back onto the front straightaway. So slow through this corner. Field's going to get doubled up. They are under the control of Mark Lacourt. Waiting, wanting to see a green flag. Eyes on the starter stand. Green flags in the air. We're underway here at Laguna Seca. Good start for Lacourt. Oh, a little bit of a missed shift there possibly by Moser. Miranda going to be looking up the outside into turn number 1. How deep is AP going to go? Slides a little bit wide through the corner. Pick up Ole Thorderson's on board. There's a look at your top 3 as they're going to run down towards turn number 4. Josh Carroll on the outside of Thorderson. Man, great 5-car battle here at the front of the field. Josh Carroll looking inside of Ole Thorderson. Oh, they're almost making contact through 6. Little bit of a slide from Thorderson. Carroll may have the pass completed, and he does as they head up the hill to 7. Little puff of smoke there out of Carroll's car as he bottoms out, heading up the hill. Go back to Tim Moser's view right here at the front. Oh, baby, top 3. Oh, big slide by Miranda. Moser almost into the back of Miranda, down out of the corkscrew. Through Rainey, little tap of the brakes there by Miranda, trying to set the car for the corner. AP slides wide at corner exit. Moser looking back outside now, inside. Nothing opens up yet out of 10. AP going the Luke Bryan route, kick the dust up out of turn number 10. Over the line, completing lap number 1. LaCourte, Miranda, Moser, Carroll, Thorderson, your top 5. Oh, big slide of the tires there by Moser. Go on board now with Ole Thorderson. Oh, baby. Ole getting a little bit off the racetrack there as well. Show you the timing tower up here on the screen now so you get a look at where everybody is running in this field. Go back on board with Tim Moser. Top 3 all nose to tail through the corkscrew. Man, AP really giving the business there to Mark LaCourte at the entry to that corner. It's an interesting overtaking opportunity, but you really got to commit to it and go full send. Ooh, Mark LaCourte taking a defensive line down into 1. That's going to force Miranda onto the brakes. Oh, they're both sliding on corner exit. Those Nankang tires are begging for mercy. Miranda going to try the crossover out of 4. Nice block off of the line. That time by LaCourte. Wow, Moser really had to get on the brakes hard into 5. And this battle will let Josh Carroll and Ole Thorderson catch up ever so slightly. Miranda thinks about it into 7. That's not a smart place to try it. Tucks back in line, but he's going to get the good run up the hill. Man, AP just has absolutely nowhere to go on Mark LaCourte at this point. And it was about lap 3 or 4 yesterday that we started catching lap traffic, because Miranda carries a ton of speed out of Rainey. Thorderson not gaining a ton of time here on Josh Carroll. Miranda, oh, a little bit of a bobble there that time from Mark LaCourte. That may be all that Miranda needs. By the way, you're listening to the audio of Ole Thorderson's car. Don't have audio on any of the other drivers. At least that's what it looks like anyway. Oh, as they're starting to catch the Miatas. That'll make you nervous. Top 3 now in lap traffic. LaCourte able to clear the first one. Miranda looks inside. Moser has to duck out of the way. Kind of back off ever so slightly. Oh my goodness. Slicing their way through lap traffic. Gutsy by Tim Moser to get inside of the lap car through 6. Want to remind everybody, get the comments in. We can see where you're watching, or tell us where you're watching from. We can get the comments up on the air. Six and a half minutes into this 30-minute long race. And AP Miranda able to get around Mark LaCourte for the race lead. Thorderson really falling off the back of Josh Carroll. So now it's going to be Moser making the big move here, trying to get around Mark LaCourte. Just nothing going there yet. A little bit of a slide off onto the curbs there for LaCourte. Moser backs off ever so slightly. Oh, his caution is out. Yellow flag is on the racetrack. Seeing the yellow coming out, and there it is. You see it on the Marshall post. Full course caution is out with 7 minutes and 40 seconds complete. We'll see if we can get an update from John Wynn out at the racetrack, what the reason for the caution might be. But right now, AP Miranda holding the race lead. Mark LaCourte is right up on the backside of AP Miranda's car. But you'll see, we'll pick up Ole Thorderson here. This has allowed Ole to catch right back up to the back of the field. Excuse me, to the tail of those 4 lead cars just ahead of him. So this time over the start-finish line with 5 laps complete. We'll get ready to head on over to John Wynn's camera here as they head through just on the other side of that Continental Tire Bridge. But John, we'll see. I don't know if you're able to hear us or not. Well, maybe not. We'll see. Don't see a reason yet for the caution. But the safety car has picked up AP Miranda. He is your race leader, both overall and in class. Actually, we haven't had a chance to get a real look yet from inside of AP Miranda's car here yet today.
Nice shot of the safety car right there.
Oh, yeah, we go. We got James Watson in the booth with us. James, this race has been bonsai from the start. AP Miranda, Mark LaCourte, and Tim Moser have been fighting like cats and dogs. Josh Carroll, Ole Thorderson putting on a good battle. And quite frankly, the whole field is deep at this point. After what we saw yesterday, I don't know that we would have expected anything less, though.
Yeah, it really seems like we're just picking up where we left off yesterday. And honestly, that's what I think all of us were hoping for at this rate.
Yeah, I'm trying to keep an eye here and see, trying to get a view of where the incident may be on the race course that has us under the full course caution. I haven't seen any wreckers or anything, any flashing lights. Oh, well, no, maybe not. There's some. Just coming past here on AP Miranda's car. One car looks like buried basically in the tire barriers. Rainy Corner is not a real pleasant spot to be going off either. Whole lot of speed you're carrying down the hill.
Yeah, and it's probably the most load the car is dealing with, because like obviously there's a lot more suspension load going through the corkscrew, but the load that the car is dealing with going downhill, cambered, all that that speed that's having to navigate. If something goes wrong in the corkscrew, you're already going at a slow enough rate of speed where it's not as much of a problem. But rainy curve, you're having to deal with the same amount of load at probably going twice as fast.
Load, because you think about how hard the car pitches downhill into the corkscrew, but it is fairly low speed. I mean, it is a hard left-hand corner that you have to make in. You build up a ton of speed coming down the hill, though, and into rainy. If you go straight off at the exit there, that's going to hurt, quite frankly.
Yeah, hurt very much, both driver and car.
So the field is still running behind the wrong manufacturer pace car. Let's see. We'll flip back on over to AP Miranda's car here. That is a most distinctly not a Chevrolet variant pacing the field here at Laguna Seca. But let's see, the lights are still on the safety car as well. So let's take a look here and we'll show you our upcoming schedule for the Spec Corvette series. Next up, a visit to Watkins Glen International. How about the list of racetracks on this graphic? Watkins Glen, June 29th and 30th. New Jersey Motorsports Park, they're going to run the Thunderbolt layout the second weekend in July. Follow it up with a visit to Sonoma Raceway, then Daytona International Speedway, and then the East region back in action with a visit to Pit Race out in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania to round out the month of August. And we've got a big race coming up in September as well. A lot going on here, and quite frankly, James, pretty darn cool that we are going to have literally some of the best racetracks in the world coming to us here on the Spec Corvette series.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. We've still got a incredible schedule here in the coming months, so I'm looking forward to going back to all these awesome tracks again.
Yeah, it is definitely going to be fun here over long summer of Spec Corvette series racing action. Got to thank everybody that is tuned in on YouTube. We do appreciate you hanging out with us here. Let's see, we got Ted McConaughey checking in the comments, saying from Las Cruces, New Mexico. Well, thank you very much for the kind words there as well, Ted. We do appreciate you saying the nice things about us here. Is field will continue behind, I almost said the iRacing safety car. Over the start-finish line, lights are still on the pace car, so while we have a moment here, let's do this. We'll get a big thank you in to all of the sponsors that help present the Spec Corvette series. And today's National Racing Network presentation of the Spec Corvette series from Laguna Seca Raceway is presented by G-Stream. Race engineered, track proven, its aerodynamics redefined. Visit them online at g-stream.com. Improved Racing is the official oil system partner of the Spec Corvette series. You can find them at their website at improvedracing.com. Penske Racing shocks allow you to perform with confidence and be at your best from the start. Check out their website at penskeshocks.com. Sparco is the official safety products partner of the Spec Corvette series. From seats to suits and everything else in the world of motorsports safety, visit SparcoUSA.com. TPS Motorsports provide parts to upgrade America's favorite sports and muscle cars. Whether it's a bow tie, blue oval, or Mopar no car, get your parts at TPSMotorsports.com. Track Spec Motorsports needs to be your first call when building or maintaining a spec Corvette. See their extensive collections at trackspecmotorsports.com. Turn 1 offers a range of power steering products that are unmatched with the highest quality and reliability. Have confidence in your steering and get there at turn1steering.com. Willwood Brakes, power, control, precision. Get the best in brakes at willwood.com. Whistle Pig Whiskey is the proud sponsor of today's race. Independent, unbound by tradition, and a world apart from other American whiskeys. Push the boundaries of rye at whistlepigwhiskey.com. And Nankang Motorsport Tires have been producing excellence in tires for over 60 years and are the presenting partner of the Spec Corvette Series. Find your next set of Nankangs at nankangmotorsport.com. Looks like the safety car is off. We are going to be going back to green flag racing. Field starting to back up here. We'll go on board with AP Miranda as the pace car is in. Oh, and Ole Thordarson heading for pit lane. Trouble for Ole Thordarson. And we lost the car that was giving us the audio. Green flag goes back in the air. 18 of the 30 minutes are down. 18 and a half minutes, in fact, as Moser looks way outside of LaCour. Big dive bomb into Andretti.
That just didn't quite work.
Yeah, let's pick up Josh Carroll here as AP starting to check out. It's going to be LaCour, Moser, Carroll, second, third, and fourth, excuse me. The retirement for Ole Thordarson going to promote Donnie York up into the top 5. What a heartbreaker for Ole Thordarson. That car back in the pit lane. Oh, baby, what a move. Outside of 6 by Moser, but not able to complete the pass on exit. LaCour holds on to second. AP getting a little bit wide at the entry to 7.
Oh, he's sending it. He's looking.
Oh, so good. Moser all over Mark LaCour. And now LaCour going to start to catch up on AP Miranda. Let's go on board here with AP. Excuse me, on board with Tim Moser. He's going to have the best look at this fight for the lead. They're all nose to tail entering turn 11. Moser having a little bit of a peek on LaCour, but nothing there, as LaCour is right up underneath the back end of Miranda. Oh, man. Oh, Mark
up there at the front.
Yeah, Mark LaCour had the peek. He saw the shot, but didn't want to take it. Oh, LaCour breaks the back end loose. Moser's going to have a shot up the hill to 7.
Oh, my God.
Oh, what a pass by Moser.
What
Carroll. Does Carroll take advantage up the hill?
I think he's got him. I think LaCourt's backing off.
Oh, Josh Carroll's going to have to send it deep into the corkscrew. So. Oh, he does. What a pass by Josh Carroll. Oh, but LaCour's right there!
They were side by side through the corkscrew. Oh, are you kidding me right now? And they're still side by side through Rainey.
You could see the yaw in Mark LaCour's car when he just reappeared on the right-hand side of the screen. Oh, my goodness.
That, I can't even wrap my head around that.
And now the battle for the race lead is starting to heat up here too. We'll go on board with Tim Moser as he's trying to chase down AP for the race lead. We'll keep an eye on LaCourte and Carroll in the battle for third. But all four of these cars are so quick, James. Any kind of battling that they do at the front is going to let LaCourte and Carroll catch up.
Yeah, and any mistake is going to be worth at least a position or 2 or 3, depending on who makes said mistake. This is difficult if you're the top 2, like you said, because you're having to play offense and defense. It's like trying to bat while still having to wear your glove. Like, it's not easy to do both, you know?
Yeah, and how about it? We got another great battle here, too. Not just in the top 4, but also looking back, Donnie York, David Holmes, Greg Nestor, 5, 6, 7. Last time by the line, they were all separated by less than a second. Robert Carroll and Evan Gold battling for 8th and 9th, separated by 0.3 of a second. This entire field is tight up. They're where they belong on pace, but everybody is battling hard. Flip back over to Josh Carroll here, as you've got the top 3 all in frame. That's your top 4 all nose to tail. Unfortunately, Kevin Jones out of the race as well, so we've only got the 3 cameras right now left, but it's the 3 that are battling for 1st, 3rd, and 4th at the moment. Or excuse me,
yeah,
first, 2nd, and 4th.
Yeah, knock on wood, it's the cameras with all the action that we need to show.
Yeah, I wish we had a couple that were deeper in the field to show you some of these good battles that we have going on. David Holmes and Greg Nestor.
A mistake.
Oh, AP and Moser. Oh, they're practically bumping bumpers into 7 that time.
You can see the detail inside the 117 on Miranda. Moser that close.
Oh, here's the look from Carroll. Oh, my goodness. These guys are absolutely ripping down the corkscrew. Oh, maybe a little bit of tire smoke. That may be more than tire smoke out of Tim Moser's car. Definitely smoke coming out of Tim Moser's car, as LaCourte's going to look inside. Go on board here with Moser. He's got Josh Carroll looking up the inside as well.
Yeah, I don't want to speculate, but I did not like the shade of smoke that was coming out of that car. And I don't think Tim Moser likes the shade of smoke coming out of his car, too.
No, unfortunately, it looks like Tim Moser now falling well back of Josh Carroll. 25.5 minutes are complete. We're down to 4.5 minutes left. So roughly 2 laps to go here as we ride on board with Josh Carroll, trying to chase down Mark LaCourte and AP Miranda. And look up just ahead of AP. There is definitely lap traffic that's going to come into play here. Oh, big set by Carroll. He's going to go 2 for 1. It's a blue light special. Put Josh Carroll to P2.
Oh, man. Talk about opportunistic.
Wow. Huevos humongos inside the car of Josh Carroll today.
Yeah, it's a good thing these cars have a passenger seat, because he needs all the space for those. Running in the carpool lane.
Now, you can see in the upper right-hand corner of your screen, that yellow dot that's back there, objects in mirror are closer than they appear. That's Mark LaCourte trying to chase down Josh Carroll. Oh my goodness. Oh, and AP Miranda held up behind the Miata. Wasn't a huge holdup, but it was enough. As Carroll now going to be able to get the peak and a whole lot of traffic up front. Oh, let's go on board with AP as he's negotiating side-by-side Mazda action through turn 6. This is not what he wants to see. Wow, gutsy move there. Back over to Carroll's view. Oh, as we've got one rejoining the racetrack. Oh my goodness.
I think right now it might be a net gain for Carroll through all that traffic. And
yes, it was. Oh, there's one spinning in front of Miranda. Oh, looks like we may have had a car. Two Miatas may have gotten together in the corkscrew. If this brings out a caution flag, this race is likely over. We're down to 20, just about 28 minutes on the clock.
I think we're okay. I did see, I saw some cars stop, but no cars damage on Tim Moser's cam. I think they were already starting to get back going. I think we're okay right now.
Oh, that's a great call, James. Looking at that one. Yeah, we're seeing 2 to go. 28:15 on the clock. Josh Carroll is saying, give me 2. He's got the 2 fingers up. Oh, but that was it. Checkered flag is out. Checkered flag just flew at the start-finish line. Oh, we needed one more lap.
Once again, we really need to see if we can get a one lap after time expires rule, because, man.
Yes. Oh, my goodness.
Because Carroll was there. He had an opportunity to make a move at some point on the circuit.
On board with race winner AP Miranda. He doubles up on the weekend. An incredible battle at the front of the field here in the Spec Corvette series. Let's run you through your Spec Corvette results. AP Miranda by 0.8 of a second over Josh Carroll. Mark LaCourte comes home third. Tim Moser holds on for fourth. And Greg Nestor rounds out the top 5. 6 through 10 will be David Holmes, Donnie York, Robert Carroll, Jeff Herbert, and Evan Gold going out of the race. He finishes 2 laps down. Ole Thorderson finishing 5 laps down. Mike Sutton in the 12th position, 13 laps down to the race winner. And Kevin Jones, unfortunately, did not start here this afternoon. But, oh my goodness, AP Miranda's going to pull that car into victory lane one more time here at WeatherTech Raceway Laguna Seca. And, yeah, James, let's start the petition now. This feels like when I was at the Rolex 24 and the checkered flag came out a lap too soon.
Yeah.
Oh, God, what a race, though. I got to catch my breath over here. Do we expect anything less from these guys? This is the entire point of Spec Corvette. Spec cars, engines that are not only have to make nearly identical horsepower, but nearly identical torque, street legal Nankang tires, limited modifications are permitted. I mean, it literally, this is what you want to see in a racing circuit, whether it's the street stocks at your local oval or running some of the best road courses in the world. The Spec formula is what gets the job done.
Yeah, because it puts more in the driver's hands, and because everything is so equal, well, every corner, every braking zone means more because you don't have any sort of other performance advantage in your back pocket in case you have a mistake. If you make a mistake, that might be your chance to win gone right then and there.
Yeah, it was It's just an incredible show out of these guys here today. We have to say a huge thank you to everybody that's watching over here on YouTube and checking in the comments. Man, we love y'all. We really appreciate you coming to spend your Saturday and Sunday afternoons with us here on Spec Corvette Weekends. And we also have a whole bunch of other people that we have to thank. We did the plug list once already, but we're going to do it again because, quite frankly, that's how these things get the bills paid. So today's National Racing Network presentation of the Spec Corvette series from Laguna Seca is presented by G-Stream. Race engineered, track proven. It's aerodynamics redefined. Visit online at g-stream.com. Improved Racing is the official oil system partner of the Spec Corvette series. You can find them online at improvedracing.com. Penske Racing Shocks allow you to perform with confidence and be at your best from the start. Check out their website at penskeshocks.com. Sparco is the official safety products partner of the Spec Corvette series. From seats to suits and everything else in the world of motorsports safety, visit SparcoUSA.com. TPS Motorsports provides parts to upgrade America's favorite sports and muscle cars. Whether it's a bow tie, blue oval, or Mopar no car, get your parts at tpsmotorsports.com. Track Spec Motorsports needs to be your first call when building or maintaining a Spec Corvette. See their extensive collections at trackspecmotorsports.com. Turn 1 offers a range of power steering products that are unmatched with the highest quality and reliability. Have confidence in your steering and get there at turn1steering.com. Willwood Brakes. Power, control, precision. Get the best in brakes at willwood.com. Whistle Pig Whiskey is the proud sponsor. Well, let's see. Make sure the graphic comes up first. There it is. Whistle Pig Whiskey is the proud sponsor of today's race weekend here at Laguna Seca. Independent, unbound by tradition, and a world apart from other American whiskeys. Push the boundaries of rye at whistlepigwhiskey.com. Nankang Motorsport Tires have been producing excellence in tires for over 60 years and are the presenting partner of the Spec Corvette series. Find your next set of Nankangs at nankangmotorsport.com. Once again, I have to say a huge thank you to everybody that helps make these shows possible for us. James Watson joining me in the booth. John Wynn handling some camera duties today out on the grid and down inside of turns 2 and 3, I guess. Great work all weekend, John. Thank you for all you do getting the Spec Corvette series running every weekend. And also have to say a big thank you to Cole Carroll, who stepped in as a camera operator for us yesterday up there in the Corkscrew. All in all, just a phenomenal weekend of racing, and we really could not be prouder to bring that action to you. So for James Watson, John Wynn, and everybody else here at the National Racing Network who helps us get these shows on the air, my name is Chris Graham. Thank you so much for coming to hang out with us, and we will talk to you all soon. Have a great weekend, everybody.